This is the Preston Indians pregame show. Coming up, we'll take a look at tonight's game. We'll hear from the coach and look at the pregame stats all leading up to tonight's action. You're listening to live coverage of the Preston Indians on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
And a very pleasant good evening, everybody, from here at Preston Gym, as tonight the Preston Indians will play host to the Century Diamondbacks. Dan Hubbard here live at Preston Gym. John Beverly back in studio tonight as the Preston Indians take on the Century Diamondbacks tonight. It is senior night here this evening as 5 members of the Preston Indians will play their final regular season home games here tonight. Hannah Stevenson, Celeste Burnett, Maddie Whitehead, Emily Longhurst, and Haley Windward, all celebrating their final home match here this evening as they'll get ready to take on the Century Diamondbacks. These two teams met last Friday night over in Pocatello as it was a match that was rescheduled because some of the Century players had been exposed to COVID-19, so it had to be rescheduled. But Preston went into the gym there at Century and beat the Diamondbacks in 3 straight sets. And then on Tuesday night of this week, Century lost in straight sets again to Pocatello, and that gave Preston the outright title for the regular season in the newly formed Southeast Idaho Conference, of which they will host the tournament coming up next week here at Preston Gym. As they've actually stopped the clock here for a little bit, they're trying to get the celebration done with the senior night presentation down on the floor for the 5 seniors. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we will hear and we'll talk with our head coach. Kalaska Haskell will be our guest right after this timeout here on FM 105.5 and AM 1340 KACH and on mylocalradio.com.
KACH, My Local Radio.
Hi, everybody. It's Dan Hubbard for ChemDry of Northern Utah. Not too long ago, we found ourselves really needing to have our carpets cleaned. Dirt, stains, pet hair, and remnants of all those chemicals trying to melt snow from last winter had our carpets looking dull, dingy, and ugly. We called Teresa and Daryl at ChemDry of Northern Utah, and in a very short time, they had our carpets looking like new. Not only did they clean our carpets, but they got up all that leftover pet hair to the point where you couldn't tell that we had pets in the house at all. It was like we had brand new carpets all over again. So if you live anywhere in Cache County or in Box Elder County, call Teresa and Daryl at ChemDry of Northern Utah at 435-752-6100 and let them take care of your carpets. You won't be disappointed. We weren't. 435-752-6100 for ChemDry of Northern.
The year is 1945. America is at war with Japan. The average home costs $5,000. And a day's worth of hard labor will earn you $9. 1945 is the year West Motor Company said, hey, let's sell cars in Cache Valley and give people a better car buying experience. Today, 75 years later, West Motor is still giving you a better experience. Right now, enjoy 0% financing or save more than ever on a new truck or SUV. See westmotorcompany.com for pictures, details, and discounts on every vehicle.
westmotorcompany.com.
Sushi, a word that is as fun to say as the food is to eat. Try it. Say sushi. Now run down to Stokes Market and pick up some fresh-made sushi. Yes, I said Stokes Market. They now have the family fresh sushi specialists making outstanding sushi platters and party trays fresh every day. They even make up custom platters so you can get your favorite sushi dishes. Any kind of fish upon request, even vegetable sushi available with no meat. Enjoy the fresh-made platters already available or order the kind of sushi you want. Give them 2 hours and a special custom sushi platter will be waiting for you at Stokes Market in Preston. Go ahead, say it. I know you want to. Sushi, fresh for you right now.
Tonight's pregame visit with the coach is brought to you by Rounds & Associates Insurance Services Incorporated, the local independent insurance agency offering you many different options for all of your insurance needs. Call for your competitive quote today at 208-852-20. At Rounds & Associates Insurance, we've been in business since 1948. And while many of the faces may have changed, there's one thing that still stays the same: our personalized customer service. Our customers will always come first, whatever your needs. At Rounds & Associates Insurance, we have many different insurance options and can find the right option for you and your needs. Call us today to find out more. 208-852-2500. 208-852-2500, or drop by the office, 85 South State Street.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Welcome back here to the pregame show. We'll visit with Carrasco Haskell as we get ready to face the Century Diamondbacks here at Preston Gym. It's kind of one of those difficult times. You're trying to look forward to the district playoffs. Never know exactly what's going to happen, but it comes down here to the last night of districts.
Yeah, so senior night, last home match of the regular season. A lot going on. We're excited for this match. We're excited to finally be done with regular season and, hope that everything that we've worked towards this whole season, with everything we've overcome, that it's paid off and that it'll pay off for us, at the end of this night, and that we will set ourselves up really nicely for next week's district tournament.
When you look back and you say, oh, well, all of a sudden it's the last night of the regular season. Where's the season gone? Especially since you were on the road so much with only 3 home matches the entire year.
Yeah, that was a bit overwhelming. I will say the last few weeks have been really nice. They've been really spread out. We get time to just focus on our health and each other and growing together and doing the little things to really make sure that we have our basic skills underneath of us, those fundamentals. And so it's been nice because we haven't been on the road crazy. I mean, district is an hour away or so just to play the other teams, and that's the closest one, and that's nice because it's not as far. But at the same time, it will be nice to be home this week, to end on the home and to just set ourselves up for whatever comes next week.
You mentioned that tonight is senior night, and you have a group of some very good seniors that you've brought along over the past few years.
Absolutely. Got 5 of them, and they're just hard, determined workers. Loved every minute so far that I've gotten to coach them and stand beside them. And of course, I'm over here getting emotional. No one can see that right now but you. They're just great girls and the backbone of this team. And that's all you want as a coach, to be proud of your girls and to have them make you proud because they work so hard.
Let's talk about the match the other night at Century. You end up sweeping the match 3-0. The third set became a little bit more of a closer match, but the girls pushed through and you end up winning that, and you're able to come home and really now hold your fate in your own hands.
Yeah, absolutely. So we hadn't really seen Century at all this whole season, not even at tournaments, not really even summer ball. So that was kind of okay, well, what's going to happen tonight? And I knew they were rebuilding and we're really aware of ourselves and who's played in these key roles for us this season and stepped up, and feeling good about that. We go in and watch their warm-ups and a little confused as to what's going on, and then they say the starting lineup and even more confusion on our part of, wait, what? I will say, though, for Century, their number 1 hitter, their outside, she ended up having to play libero. I know she's dealing with an injury herself, and that kind of does throw a little bit of a wrench in their plan. She's a great libero, but they really needed someone to hit for them, someone consistently to put some pressure on us. And I think the pressure they did put on us was easily manageable for us. Because we put a lot of pressure on ourselves with how we play against each other. And so they did make the switch in the third set, and they came back, and you could tell that they were fighting for it because they did not want to shut out whatsoever. But these girls that I have are determined. We were down there at the home stretch in the 20s, and they were not backing down. We talk a lot about making a statement for yourself and writing your own story. And every time you go to Century, that is what I tell them. Because last year it was the same deal. that was a tough feat last year. Probably the hardest that they ever had. And this year was a lot easier of a feat, but it's still a feat to overcome, your errors and things like that. And they came out, they took back in control, put themselves tied up with them, and then they ran with it. And that, to me, they proved so much about themselves and how, it's okay to lose a set here and there, but not when you want to make a statement. They wanted to win that.
It's never easy to win at Century. It's their programs are always good, and so you have to look back at their record. But it's also geographically your closest rival, even though it's an hour away. That's not an easy feat.
Absolutely. Because last year when we played them, that was a big thing. People said, "Oh, we haven't beat Century in years," and it went back to date like a good while. And so we knew that going into it. And they had this little mind block, it's Century. And of course they want to beat them, but it's Century. And I think because of last year, it kind of loosened them up a little bit to say, let's go play our game. And some of these girls weren't on that team last year, and you could see them get a little jittery here and there. But they also depended on their team who knew how to handle it and who knew how to win. And then they came out, loosened up, and then did their part. And those girls, they don't think of them anymore as it's Century. They just said it's another team that we've got to overcome, and then they did it.
Last thing I want to ask you, you talked about how they Century, they needed somebody to be able to step up and hit with the injury. It's a kind of a familiar story. That's where your team was back at the beginning of the year. They needed somebody to step up and become a hitter, and that's where your team has gone. And look what it's got them. Now they're sitting on the cusp of a potential conference championship, and just 3 days away from a potential berth to state.
Oh, absolutely. We've come leaps and bounds over that on our front line. I was looking over the stats today just from that Century match, and every single one of my hitters hit in the positive. We even had Emily Longhurst in the 450s. Something incredible. She had no errors whatsoever, and she had 8 kills to go with that. And that's what I'm saying. They all bring that. They're all wanting something. And, of course, they're going to have an error here and there. But to really be in the positives and to really execute, that's a great thing. And we haven't had that statistic in the earlier half of our season because we were really trying to figure out and scramble who's going to fit into this role right now as we're injured and hurt. And so it's just nice to have the whole team back and running on all cylinders, ready to go, because it's a perfect time for that. And so it's nice to see that we're finally back there and they can go and do that, and then they can execute on that.
Good luck tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you.
That's Carrasco Haskell. We'll take a break, come back as we continue to the countdown of the first set right after this.
KACA.
More and more people are moving to the Preston area to live and retire. Since 1978, Ralph Construction's been building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community, the only 55-year-old plus community in the city of Preston. Come see the downsized, no-hassle lifestyle that Blue Sage Park offers. Ralph Construction will build to your custom specifications, or you can choose one of their existing floor plans. They're just starting phase 2, so there's plenty of great lots still available. Ralph Construction. Call for more information. 435-232-1837. Lawn care and snow removal included. Blue Sage Park by Ralph Construction. 435-232-1837.
A higher level of precision and accuracy, that's what the new Naveo Robotic Assistance System at Franklin County Medical Center provides you. Whether you're in need of revision, partial or total knee replacement, the new robotic assisted surgery technology at Franklin County Medical Center allow knee surgery candidates the comfort of knowing that their knee surgery will be performed with confidence, improving the function, feel, and longevity of your new knee. Learn more about the new robotics machine at fcmc.org. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and...
The keys to tonight's game are brought to you by Naylor Insurance. For farm, auto, home health, and life from Mutual of Enumclaw, nobody cares like we do. Naylor Insurance, 153 North State, Suite A.
Regardless of which insurance company you use, when you add a teen driver to your vehicle policy, your rates increase. This is Cheryl Kimball with Naylor Insurance in Preston. If you've got teen drivers, you need to know about the rate-saving plan offered through Mutual of Enumclaw Insurance. Teen Smart is an 8-hour program that, once completed, will lower your rates and make your teen a better driver. Savings and increased safety. It's a win-win. Call us today, 208-852-08.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
Welcome back here to Preston Gym, back here on the pregame show as the warm-ups continue here for tonight's match. As far as the keys to tonight's game tonight for the Preston Indians, the key is going to be just to keep remembering the goal. You're just a few wins away from qualifying for the state tournament, but you need to start with this game here tonight, this match here tonight. This is a team you saw just a week ago, and you're able to beat them in 3 sets a week ago. Put that out of your head that you beat them once and come out and play strong here. And, of course, the seniors on their final match here at home tonight also need to come out and play strong as well. There are a number of other matches going on tonight around the area. Shelley is at Bonneville this evening. Caldwell is at Bishop Kelly. Middleton is playing at Emmett tonight. Skyline is at Bonneville. Sandpoint is at Moscow. Highland is at Pocatello this evening. Little crosstown rivalry match there. And, of course, Century is here at Preston here this evening as well. We invite you now to stay tuned. All the excitement of Preston Lady Indian Volleyball is coming up next.
KACH, my local radio.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need. Quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
Hi, I'm Ashley with LSS Insurance, a Select Health appointed Medicare Advantage agent. I'm excited to tell you about a great Medicare Advantage plan available to you in Franklin County. This Select Health Advantage plan includes a 0 monthly premium, prescription coverage, preventive dental, vision, and more. Select Health is a local company helping people live the healthiest lives possible. Come hear more at the Preston Golf and Country Club, October 21st at 6 p.m. Call LSS Insurance 435-752-94.
The Preston Indians return home to play their final 2 home games of the year, and it starts Friday night as the Pocatello Indians come to town. Pokey is 5-1 this year and come into this game after having last week's game postponed. The battle-hardened Preston Indians continue through the toughest part of their schedule as they get ready for another Southeast Idaho Conference matchup with the Pocatello Indians. Catch the action starting at 6:30 on Friday night with the pregame show on FM 105.5 and AM 1340 KACH and the video feed on mylocalradio.com.
A proud member of the Co-op. We save you money on advertising and enable you to reach more customers. We are KACH, Preston, Clarkston.
It's time for Preston Lady Indians Volleyball. The New Look Indians hit the court, looking to continue on what was one of their best seasons a year ago and work to bring home a conference title. Tonight's game is brought to you by West Motors, celebrating their 75th year in the Cache Valley. Stokes Market True Value, with the freshest meats and produce, and now preparing and selling sushi. Franklin County Medical Center, with the finest care in all of the Cache Valley. Rounds & Associates Insurance Agency, an independent agency with many options for all of your insurance needs. Preston Auto Parts CarQuest, for all the parts your car may need to keep running strong. Webb Funeral Home, serving Preston and the surrounding communities since 1925. Ralph's Construction, building homes in the Blue Sage Park region in Preston. Naylor Insurance, for home, health, life, and auto, the Mutual of Enumclaw. Preston Pharmacy, now with their own phone app to help make tracking your prescriptions easier. And by Cornerstone Realty. When you're ready to sell your home or purchase the home of your dreams, call Cornerstone Realty. They want to be your agent. This broadcast is made possible through an agreement between Preston High School and Cook Brothers Broadcasting. and is intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any rebroadcast of this game in whole or in part without expressed written consent of Cook Brothers Broadcasting is strictly prohibited.
And a very pleasant good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you back here to Preston Gym. Sorry for the slight delay. Had to wait for the roll the flag back up there into the ceiling here at Preston Gym. But we're glad to have you with us, and welcome to another exciting night of Preston Lady Indians volleyball. Dan Hubbard here at Preston Gym. John Beverly back engineering in the studio. And we're glad to have you with us here tonight, as tonight's match is brought to you in part by Franklin County Medical Center, providing you the best care in all of the Cache Valley. Franklin County Medical Center, 44 North 1st West, right here in the city of Preston. It is senior night, as they had the pregame festivities for the seniors here this evening. Five seniors on the roster for the Preston Indians who have played so well this year. Hannah Stevenson, Celeste Burnett, Maddie Whitehead, who was injured earlier in the year and has fought and very diligently to be able to come back. Emily Longhurst, another senior, and Haley Windward, the fifth of the 5 seniors here this evening as well. 3 seniors on Century's roster that they recognized before the game here this evening as well. And a very nice move by the Preston Indian athletic department here. So we're about ready. They're going through to introducing the Century Diamondback players as they're introducing their starters who will be playing here this evening. As they introduce now the head coach of the Diamondbacks, Breanne Robinson, the head coach for Century here this evening. So Preston, with the loss by Century the other night against Pocatello, have wrapped up the regular season title in the conference, as they come in with a 9-13 overall record. They're 3-0 in conference play. They've beaten Pocatello twice and beat Century last Friday night. Century is 6-14. They are 1-2 in conference play. As when they get together, they will play kind of a round-robin type tournament on Tuesday and Thursday, as the winner of that will get the lone berth for state. As Preston, at least they know they're going to get to play on their own floor. That's a big advantage, because they don't have to travel the hour back over to Pocatello to go to either Century or Pocatello High School and be limited on the number of people they can have in the gym, because the COVID-19 problem is much worse in Brannett County than it is here in Franklin County, as there are really no restrictions here in Franklin County as far as who can attend the game or how many people can attend the game. Plenty of room in the gym, as you can see in our shot from across the court. The far sidelines only about maybe about 40% full. And there are plenty of more seats here on the other side of the court behind me that you can't see in camera, as just a couple of people sitting on this side. So there's still plenty of room, and for next week when the conference tournament starts, you have to figure that the new gym here at Preston will certainly have more people in it, but then again, it will still have plenty of room to get people in as well. And oh, by the way, and those games coming up next week that Preston participates in next week during the conference tournament, we will have those for you here on KACH and on mylocalradio.com. So we're just about ready. All the introductions are done. Players are on the floor. Our officials are going through to make sure all the people are exactly where they need to be and are assigned to be, as Preston rolls out their regular lineup. They do not start, just out of curiosity, because a lot of times a lot of coaches, when they have, especially on senior night, they'll try to get as many seniors into the starting lineup as they can. Preston did not do that here this evening, but we are ready to play. Century will serve first. Avery Levitt, the sophomore, will serve first here for Century as they set in the middle, and it's Windward immediately to put it away. One of the 5 seniors for the Indians, Haley Windward, just puts that away big time, and it's 1-0 Preston, as it will be Maddie Whitehead to serve here first for the Indians. If you're watching on our video feed here tonight, Preston is on the right-hand side of the court. They'll be there all night long. The next set is into the net and a hitting error by Adie Butler, and Preston goes up 2-0. The one thing about this Century team is they are young. This is kind of a rebuilding year, and you hate to say that about a college or high school program of any sport, calling it a rebuilding year. At the net, doesn't quite get over. Preston couldn't play it over as Chloe Hobson not able to get there in time, and it's 2-1 on the side out, and the ball comes back over to the Diamondbacks. On the roster for the Diamondbacks, there are only 4 seniors, 2 juniors, and 8 sophomores. And most of the sophomores will see action during the match here this evening. It's very much a rebuilding year. Isabel Christensen, one of the 2 juniors, now drops back behind the service line, and she will serve here for the Diamondbacks. Her first serve, played by Maddie Whitehead. Good return of serve. The set outside, that comes to Hobson, and that is in. Nice put away by Chloe Hobson, sophomore for the Preston Indians. Side out, Preston gets the serve back, and now Hannah Stevenson serves here for the Indians. They set in the middle. That's blocked in the middle as Burnett and Hobson were there for the block. Preston goes up 4-1 here in the first set. Stevenson's next serve. They'll set this one outside this time. Blocked again as Kezia Knapp was there that time for the block. Knapp gets it back over. Century sets in the middle again. Blocked by Burnett, but couldn't get it back over the net. So 4-2 on the side out. Point one by Century. Sarah Sutton, the other of the 2 juniors, will now serve as she stands right in the middle of the baseline. Set backwards here by the Indians. A little short dink shot is in as once again it is Chloe Hobson with the kill to make it 5-2. So Hobson back to serve here for Preston. Played by the D-backs. They'll get it back over, but barely. Preston not able to control it, and the point will go to the Diamondbacks, and it's 5-3. So 5-3, Preston on top here in set number 1. Good to have you with us here tonight. Here's the serve. That will be too long. It's a service error put up by Adie Butler. As she hit it just a hair too long, and it's 6-3 as Preston wins the point on the air. And it'll be Celeste Burnett now to drop back and serve, one of the other seniors on the roster for this year for the Indians. Pretty good serve. Set outside, and it's Avery Levitt, one of the other sophomores. Too strong, hits it long of the baseline, and it's 7-3. Burnett will serve again here for Preston. Again, outside to Levitt. Partially blocked at the net by the Indians, kept alive. Whoops, bad set, and Longhurst can't get to it. And it'll be 7-4 as the serve again will come back over once again to the Diamondbacks. Tonight's match brought to you in part by West Motors, celebrating their 75th year in the Cache Valley with Ford, Chrysler, Plymouth, Jeep, and Dodge trucks that are all available right here in the city of Preston. Tinley Smith. And she serves it just a hair too long. That'll be another error charged against the the Diamondbacks. Makes it 8-4. And Preston again will get the serve back. And now Andy Shirley here to serve. Nice dig to keep it alive, but that's going to be a point for the Indians. Diving to make the original play was Avery Levitt, and she made the play. She got the ball back up. Unfortunately, she kept sliding across the floor and slid across the center line. That makes it 9-4. Outside again to Everett, and that's again too long. So it's 10-4, Preston up by 6. And once again, Shirley serving here for the Indians. Short, nice move to come up and get the ball, and they run into each other, and they can't get it over to be charged as a double hit, as they couldn't get the ball over the net, and it's 11-4, Preston on top. Trying to play the ball was Kinley Falter, one of the sophomores, and she was run into from behind by one of her fellow Diamondback players. Shot at the net, dug out by Whitehead, kept alive by the Indians. Nice dig to keep it alive on the Century side. Century will bump it back over, free ball here for the Indians. Whitehead sets, outside Longhurst for the points. Longhurst with her first kill and a timeout called by Century. Timeout on the floor. We'll sneak one in here as well. We'll be right back.
KACA.
Sushi. A word that is as fun to say as the food is to eat. Try it. Say sushi. Now run down to Stokes Market and pick up some fresh-made sushi. Yes, I said Stokes Market. They now have the family fresh sushi specialists making outstanding sushi platters and party trays fresh every day. They even make up custom platters so you can get your favorite sushi dishes. Any kind of fish upon request, even vegetable sushi available with no meat. Enjoy the fresh-made platters already available or order the kind of sushi you want. Give them 2 hours and a special custom sushi platter will be waiting for you at Stokes Market in Preston. Go ahead, say it. I know you want to. Sushi, fresh for you right now.
KACH. KACH.
It'll still be Andrew Shirley to serve for Preston as they lead by 8 points here, 12-4 in the first set. Dan Hubbard back with you live from Preston Gym, and here's the serve. Nice dig by Century. They keep it alive. They get it over, but they hit it out as Taylor Smith hits it too long. And it's 13-4, Preston. JV match played just before this match as Preston was able to win that in straight sets. Serve again by Shirley, deep middle. The set is blocked at the net. As right there at the net, it was Stevenson and Burnett there for the block. Preston goes up by 10. It's 14-4. Outside, set to Avery Levitt, and she hits it wide of the line, and Preston be able to win that point again. 15-4. 7 straight service points here by Andrew Shelley. As Century just bumps it over. Free ball again here for the Indians. Outside set comes to Longhurst. Almost misplayed by Century. And they're not going to be able to get that one over. That'll be too many hits. And it's 16-4. So quite the run of points here on the serve by Andrew Shelley. She's expanded the lead out to 16-4. Good deep serve again here. And they'll set again for Levitt. Kept alive by the Indians. Back set. Windward off the hands and another point. Big hit by Haley Windward for the kill. This may be her senior night, but she is going to step up big time. You just have that feeling. And another timeout called again by the Diamondbacks. And we'll take another timeout here as well.
KACH.
Sushi. A word that is as fun to say as the food is to eat. Try it. say sushi. Now run down to Stokes Market and pick up some fresh-made sushi. Yes, I said Stokes Market. They now have the family fresh sushi specialists making outstanding sushi platters and party trays fresh every day. They even make up custom platters so you can get your favorite sushi dishes. Any kind of fish upon request, even vegetable sushi available with no meat. Enjoy the fresh-made platters already available or order the kind of sushi you want. Give them 2 hours and a special custom sushi platter will be waiting for you at Stokes Market in Preston. Go ahead, say it. I know you want to. Sushi, fresh for you right now.
KACH. KACH.
So a 9-point run here for the Indians as they lead 17-4 here in set number 1. Andrea Shelley continues with their serve as she has served up the 9 points and ready to go again. Good deep middle service by Shelley. The back set partially blocked again at the net by the Indians. Kept alive, and a little short dink shot by Stevenson is for the point. 18-4. Here's the set in the middle again, and they try to go short. Kept alive here by Preston. In the back row, and from deep from the back, it's Hobson for the kill. As trying to dive to keep the ball alive was one of the back row players for the Diamondbacks, and not able to. It's 19-4. As Shelley finally charged with a service error. She hits it too deep. It's 19-5, and that will break her string of service points. 12 straight points served up by Shelley. As immediately the ball another side out as Preston gets the ball back again, as it's now 20-5. Rotating into the game here is Drew Despain for the first time, as she will come in to serve. 5 points from the first set is the Indians. Outside set, Levitt, as the ball played by Hobson, but nobody there to pick it up after she hit it. So it's 20-6. Side out, and again rotating back to the serve is Avery Levitt for the Century Diamondbacks. They'll bump it outside. Hobson partially blocked at the net. It's touched. Point for the Indians. Looked like it was going to be in anyway, but the partial touch at the net, then Preston goes up 21-6. Maddie Whitehead to serve here for Preston. She goes kind of short. They come up and play it. Back set, partially blocked, kept alive on the Preston side. They'll set at the net. Hobson touched, and that is another point for the Indians. As diving to try to make the play was Addie Butler. She couldn't quite get there, and it's 22-6, Preston on top. Whitehead serves again. Outside, big hit, as it's blocked at the net. Blocked there by Stevenson. They try to go over Stevenson. This time they do. Kept alive by Preston. Comes over to Hobson, and she hits it into the net. Side out, point for Century, 22-7 now, as Stevenson picks up her second block of the set during that rally. Unlike the JV team, where only a couple of girls wore masks, everyone on the Century team is wearing masks. That's because they had to miss a match and then had the match last week rescheduled against Preston because one of their girls, as there's a service error into the net by Isabel Christensen, and it's 23-7. One of their girls was exposed to COVID-19. They all had to stay home in quarantine for a week, so they had to have their match rescheduled with the Indians, and that was played last Friday. As Century just plays it over, free ball here for the Indians. The set comes to Burnett. She hits it into the net, and it's be a point for the Diamondbacks to make it 23-8 on the side out. Burnett wound up and hit it about as hard as she could. Unfortunately, she hit it into the top of the net, and the ball ricocheted all the way back into the Preston deep court, and nobody was there to try to play it, unfortunately. So Sarah Sutton now to serve for Century. Again, they'll serve it out, set it outside as Knapp was blocked, played over by the Indians to keep the ball alive. Century sets in the middle. Not a good set, so they just have to play it over. Back to the Indian side again. Burnett, she gets dug out. Burnett blocks at the net. A big high set, and outside again they go short, kept alive again by Preston. Outside to Knapp. Knapp gets blocked, kept alive by Maddie Whitehead. They'll play it deep over. Back to Century as they set. Not a good set, and then played out of bounds by Taylor Smith. And the point for the Indians makes it 24-8. And it's set point here for Preston. Pretty good rally, the longest rally of the match. A lot of girls kind of got out of position, but good play at the net by a couple of different players. Kept the ball alive. So here's Preston serving for the set, 24-8. Outside, that's off the hands. That'll be a point for Century as a good kill at the net off the hands of Hannah Stevenson, and it's 24-9. So on the side out, Addie Butler serving here. A long way to go to get back into this first set, this Century. Outside, Knapp. Blocked at the net, out of bounds, point for the Indians, and that's the way the first set will end. Preston wins it 25-9. They go up 1-0 as an impressive first set for Preston. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. Set number 2 on the way next.
KACA.
The year is 1945. America is at war with Japan. The average home costs $5,000. And a day's worth of hard labor will earn you $9. 1945 is the year West Motor Company said, hey, let's sell cars in Cache Valley and give people a better car buying experience. Today, 75 years later, West Motor is still giving you a better experience. Right now, enjoy 0% financing or save more than ever on a new truck or SUV. See westmotorcompany.com for pictures, details, and discounts on every vehicle.
westmotorcompany.com.
Behind every project is a True Value. At Stokes Market and True Value in Preston, whether you need hardware, dog food, tools, batteries, plumbing supplies, paint, or cleaning products, you'll find them all. Plus a whole lot more at Stokes Market and True Value. With a large inventory, you'll find all the big name brands you trust and low prices every time you visit. So whether you're just starting or you're in the middle of a project, stop in today and visit our friendly, knowledgeable staff. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State.
If you feel like your bank works against you, we invite you to move your accounts to Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. We work for you, not against you. Serving Southeast Idaho for over 65 years, we offer totally free checking with cash back rewards, 0 fees credit cards, low auto loan rates, and excellent customer service. Visit today, 311 South Highway 91, Preston. Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Here, the advantage is yours. Equal housing lender, member NCUA.
The second quarter of tonight's game is sponsored by Webb Funeral Home, 1005 South 8th East.
Webb Funeral Home, established in Preston in 1925, has served the needs of Franklin County families and their neighbors for several generations. Now in their modern new full-service facilities just off Highway 91 south of Preston, Webb Funeral Home continues to offer caring and professional services to all residents of the area in their time of need. Funeral directors Douglas Webb, Ron Smaley, and Jordan Webb, along with aftercare specialist Jody Rasmussen, thank you for your trust in them and welcome your questions and concerns anytime. A message from your friends at Webb.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Getting ready to start set number 2. Set number 2 tonight brought to you by Webb Funeral Home here in Preston. Their compassionate staff will help you in your time of need. Call 852-0533 for Webb Funeral Home. After winning the first set, 25-9, Preston will serve here to start set number 2. As it is Hannah Stevenson to serve, and it's an ace right off the bat. They tried to play it, they couldn't, and it goes as an ace, and Preston up 1-0 here immediately. Preston playing very well. As we mentioned in the first set, a young Century team. As there's a nice dig out by Maddie Whitehead, kept alive by Preston. Comes over to Knapp. That's dug out. That's kept alive by Sutton. Another set outside is into the net. Preston had bodies there, but it never made it over as Addie Butler hit it into the net. It's 2-0. Stevenson will serve again at 2-0. Preston on top. Set short in the middle, and that is a lift. No, they're going to call it a double hit. Either way, it's a point for the Indians, and it's 3-0. That came on the set as Sarah Sutton charged with the double hit on the set inside. She'll set across court, and that is going to be long, out of bounds. Point again for the Indians. They lead 4-0. Preston ran away in that first set thanks to that 12-point service run by Andrea Shelley. Now they serve the first 4 points here of set number 2. Outside set again, blocked at the net. Played back over, Whitehead sets for the Indians. As Burnett was expecting a quicker set, and it went too high for her, and she tried to jump and reset herself and couldn't. Point for Century. That is 4-1 as Century gets their first point. Samantha Kinghorn, one of the seniors on the team, will serve here. As outside set comes to Knapp, partially blocked at the net, but it's a point for the Indians. Keisha Knapp with her first kill of the night. Preston gets the ball back on the side out, and once again, here's Chloe Hobson drop back and serve. Hobson's serve is a service error. Just did catch the top of the net. That's the third service error of the night for the Indians. As Sarah Sutton will now rotate into the server's position here for Century. Outside set for the Indians. Longhurst partially blocked at the net, but she tools the block and hits it out, and it goes out of bounds. Longhurst with her second kill. And it's 6-2 Preston. Here's Maddie Whitehead serving for the Indians as they'll serve across, partially blocked at the net, but again tooling the block this time for Century as Butler gets the point, and it's 6-3. Stevenson and Knapp, they were there, got their hands on it, but it fell on the Preston side. Whitehead sets, windward, partially blocked at the net, but again, off the hands of the blockers and out of bounds as Windward tools the block for the point, and it's 7-3. Windward so far tonight on her senior night playing like she wants to leave a lasting impression. As Andy Shelley, who had the long run of points last time she served, didn't quite go as well this time. It's a service error, and it's 7-4, I should say. As the point goes to Century. Outside set, Longhurst partially blocked, but it finds the floor. 8-4. As Longhurst again tooling the block and getting the kill. Drew Despain back in now for Preston. Here's the juniors' serve. Played by the Diamondbacks. They will get it over. Dug out to deep back row by Whitehead. Short set for Windward up front, and she's able to find the floor again. 9-4. Preston goes up by 5 here in the second set. Despain will continue her serve. Set by Sutton in the middle, partially blocked and into the net. As after coming over to try to make the initial hit, Kinghorn was partially blocked and then ended up in the net. That's a violation. It's 10-4. Preston gets the point. And once again, Despain will serve. Deep middle, good serve. As they set back. Smith, as Preston gets it back over. Blocked at the net. Point again for the Indians. As they tried to get it over, Stevenson got up high enough and just slammed the lid shut and kept the ball back on the Century side of the court. And it's 11-4 after another point for the Indians. Ticks off the top of the net. And what are we going to call? It's going to be a point for Preston. I believe it was going to be called a double hit. She hit it with her hands and basically off her chest and deflected over a Century player. Set outside, comes to Levitt. That's partially blocked at the net. Stays on the Century side. Now serve back over. And free ball here for the Indians. As Windward with the big hit. That's partially blocked at the net and kept alive. They get it back over to Century. And point for the Diamondbacks. A violation here against Preston. And it's 12-5 on the side out. So the serve comes back over to Century. And Emmy Richards, one of the 8 sophomores on the team, will now serve here. Good serve, played by Whitehead. Set cross court, Hobson blocked, or I should say hit the top of the net. It was not blocked and didn't go over. 12-6. Richards will serve again here for the D-backs. As again, they'll back set this time for Windward. She goes short, kept alive by Century. Outside, Levitt. Nice kill as she got it down in the back row. Despain with the dive, couldn't quite get to it, and it's 12-7. So Richards serves up a couple points in a row, cuts the lead down to 5. And her serve again, deep middle, coming across to keep it alive, the Indians, as they just bump it over. Free ball here for Century, outside for Levitt. That's dug out by Whitehead. In the middle, as Windward deep in the floor, that's kept alive. They set again, way off the floor, but Levitt able to get it back onto the court. Comes to Hobson, blocked at the net, kept alive. Stevenson gets it over. And again, kept alive by Centuries. Now they'll give it back to Preston. Free ball for the Indians. Stevenson, that's dug out deep back middle. Then they'll just steer it back over and give it back to Preston again. Set outside, comes to Hobson, off the block, out of bounds. Point for the Indians. Chloe Hobson again able to go up and tool the block and get the point. Preston opens the lead back up to 6 again. It's 13-7 here in set number 2, brought to you by Webb Funeral Home. Need to get it back over. The Century does. Free ball here for the Indians. Outside set again. Hobson with the points. May have been partially blocked. May have got a little bit of the net on the way over as well. Either way, it fell on the Century side, and it's a point for the Indians. And it's 14-7. Preston with the serve. Levitt just dinks it over. Preston tries to keep it alive, but not able to. 14-8 on the side out. Serve will come back over to the Diamondbacks again, as it'll be Avery Levitt to serve. Levitt's hard, direct serve played by the Indians. Burnett blocked at the net, kept alive. Preston will get this one back over. Hobson partially off the block and down. Hobson having a big second set, as it'll be Acacia Knapp to rotate back in here for Preston, as Shelley will go back to the bench. Here's the serve at 15-8. Comes over to Preston, and Burnett right there at the net to put it away. Burnett gets her first kill of the night, to go with several blocks so far this evening. Here's the next serve by Preston at 16-8. As they'll just steer it over, as Falter gets it over here for the Diamondbacks. As Keisha Knapp from deep in the back row. That's off the hands and out of bounds. And that's another point for the Indians. 17-8. After winning the first set 25-9, Preston starting to open the lead up again. A serve handled by Falter, outside set. This comes to Butler, and that'll be partially blocked at the net, but it goes down on the Preston side out, and it's 17-9. Butler gets the kill. Serve handled by the Indians, outside. Hobson dug out, comes back over the net, back over onto the Preston side. They'll set it outside, back to Hobson again, off a couple of sets of hands and out of bounds. 18-9, Hobson with another kill, her 7th of the match. As Chloe will now rotate out for a moment, as coming in is Gillian Bryce for the first time. Bryce will come in and serve here for Preston. Good serve, deep corner. Set this outside as it comes to Butler. Butler blocked at the net. Point again for the Indians. 19-9 as they open up the lead now to 10. Bryce will continue to serve. Bryce's serve again, deep middle. Good serve there again for the Indians. Butler off the top of the net, and that will be a point for the Indians as it went off the net and outside of the antenna. So it's 20-9. It was the back flag official making that call for the Indians, in favor of the Indians. Bryce serve again here at 20-9. Boy, a back set. There was nobody there, racing over to finally just barely get it over. And it comes back over onto the Preston side, and that will be a point for the Indians again. As it's now 21-9, and another timeout called here by the Century Diamondbacks. Again, we'll take a timeout. We'll be right back. Preston leading 21-9 here in set number 2.
KACA.
This is Ron Smaley from Webb Funeral Home, thanking Preston Indian and Westside Pirate fans for your loyalty over the years. You have helped make Webb Funeral Home Franklin County's most trusted name in funeral services since 1925. Our staff is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to provide compassionate service in your time of need. We also offer a full range of services, including many funeral pre-planning options to meet everyone's budget, an excellent monument selection, and the best aftercare services available. Let us answer any questions you may have by calling 208-852-0533. Webb Funeral Home, since 1925. You know us, you trust us, we're here to stay.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
$21-9, Preston leads here in the second set, brought to you by Stokes Market and True Value for produce and hand tools, meat to smokers, plus fish, bakery items, and now sushi made every day. So Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street in Preston. As serve controlled by Century, as it comes back over onto the Preston side, and that'll be a point for the Diamondbacks, as that again went wide of the antenna. And it's 21-10 as Chloe Hobson again rotates back onto the floor here for the Indians. Sarah Sutton to serve here for Century. Gets it over, played by Longhurst, but not a good return of serve. Preston could not get it over the net, and it's 21-11. Set number 2 tonight brought to you by Webb Funeral Home. Serve dug out by Whitehead as they'll set it back for Knapp. Knapp able to put it away, able to find a spot in the back. Avery Levitt had kind of snuck over a little bit and came over too far, and she couldn't get back. 22-11. 3 points from going up, 2-0. Maddie Whitehead serving here for Preston. Played in the back row by Levitt. Set in the middle, partially blocked, kept alive by the Indians. Windward, that's partially blocked at the net by a Century this time. Back onto the Preston side, and Longhurst couldn't quite get it over the net. 22-12. as A.D. Butler again serving here after picking up the first point. Whoops, as slipping and going down, trying to set herself to make a good set was Stevenson, and kind of lost her footing and slipped and fell, not able to make the point. So kind of a cheap point there for Century, but they'll take it. Down now 22-13. Stevenson comes to windward. That's dug out deep back row. The back set blocked at the net by the Indians for the point. Longhurst and windward there for the blocks. 23-13, 2 points away from the set. Andrew Shelley back onto the floor. Will serve again here for Preston. That's dug out by Falter. They'll set in the middle, and that's good. That's a great hit. As coming across to make the play was Tenley Smith, one of the four seniors on the team. 23-14 on the side out. Smith gets her first kill of the evening outside windward. That's partially blocked, kept alive again by Century. They'll play it from the back row but can't get it over the net. So they'll hit it into the net. Side out for the Indians, 24-14. As coming on is Drew Despain to serve, potentially to win the second set. Here's Despain's serve. Lovett able to keep it alive. They send it back to Lovett. She hits it into the net. That'll be too many hits, and Preston will get the point, and they'll win the second set here as well, 25-14. So Preston goes up 2-0 as they'll look for the sweep. When we come back after the break, we'll go to set number 3 here tonight as Preston leads 2-0 over the Century Diamondbacks.
KACA.
Hi, I'm Ashley with LSS Insurance, a Select Health appointed Medicare Advantage agent. I'm excited to tell you about a great Medicare Advantage plan available to you in Franklin County. This Select Health Advantage plan includes a 0 monthly premium, prescription coverage, preventive dental, vision, and more. Select Health is a local company helping people live the healthiest lives possible. Come hear more at the Preston Golf and Country Club, October 21st at 6 p.m. Call LSS Insurance 435-752-94.
A higher level of precision and accuracy, that's what the new Naveo robotic assistance system at Franklin County Medical Center provides you. Whether you're in need of revision, partial or total knee replacement, the new robotic assisted surgery technology at Franklin County Medical Center allow knee surgery candidates the comfort of knowing that their knee surgery will be performed with confidence, improving the function, feel, and longevity of your new knee. Learn more about the new robotics machine at fcmc.org. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and
the Preston Indians return home to play their final 2 home games of the year, and it starts Friday night as the Pocatello Indians come to town. Pokey is 5-1 this year and come into this game after having last week's game postponed. The battle-hardened Preston Indians continue through the toughest part of their schedule as they get ready for another Southeast Idaho Conference matchup with the Pocatello Indians. Catch the action starting at 6:30 on Friday night with the pregame show on FM 105.5 and AM 1340 KACH and the video feed on mylocalradio.com.
The third quarter is sponsored by Preston Auto Parts CarQuest, 17 South State.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
We'll get ready for the third set of tonight's match, and set number 3 brought to you by Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Whatever you need for your car, if it's making a ping, a bang, or a tick, Preston Auto Parts is your one stop to make. Stop in where you'll be treated like a friend. Preston Auto Parts CarQuest, 17 South State Street in Preston as they proudly bring you the third set of tonight's match. As Century will serve here to start the set. Get the libero back on the floor, and we're ready to go. It'll be Avery Levitt to serve here to start set number 3. Preston up 2-0. They swept Century last Friday and looking to do it again here tonight. Levitt's first serve. Dug out by the Indians, kept alive. They'll just have to steer it back over. They do as Hobson got it over. Set in the middle, blocked at the net, kept alive by Century. Outside, Butler blocked at the net again, kept alive again by Century. Butler got it over the block, but too long, and the point goes to the Indians, 1-0. She got blocked twice and was bound and determined to get it over the block that time, and she did. But unfortunately, it also traveled deep of the baseline as well. Set for the Indians, outside Hobson. Levitt has that. That'll be set outside, back to Butler again. She gets blocked again at the net. They'll serve it to her. Nope, they'll just bump it back over. Free ball for the Indians. In the middle, Burnett goes short. That's kept alive as it's dug out by Sutton. These bad set, so they just steer it back over. Free ball for the Indians, and it falls. They go short. One of the players came across, I believe that was Butler, came over, got a hand on it, but then they couldn't return it, and Preston goes up 2-0 here to start set number 2. Whitehead. That's not controlled there by Century. Now they get everybody back on the floor as they are able to keep the ball in play. It's blocked at the net, but tooling the block was Hobson for her 8th kill of the night, and it's 3-0. Another good serve by Maddie Whitehead, blocked at the net. Tell you what, right now Butler can't get it over the net as they keep blocking her. Stevenson and Burnett. Burnett goes short. Coming over to make the play was Richards, kept alive. Back row this time for Preston, able to dig it out. They'll set it for Hobson. Hobson's in the corner. Good work again by the Indians. Good court coverage as they go up 4-0. Another good serve by Whitehead, short this time. Butler again blocked at the net and down. 5-0. As again, Stevenson and Butler picking up the block and the point. Here's the 5-0 serve. They go back this time, and look out as Maddie comes flying over toward the scorer's table and trying to keep it alive, but she's not able to. They break the serve, and it's 5-1. As it'll be Tinley Smith, who's been flying all over the court here tonight, to serve here for the Diamondbacks. They'll set outside. It comes to Hobson. That's blocked. Kept alive again by Preston. Hobson will just bump it over. As coming up is Levitt, but couldn't get there in time. It's a point again for the Indians. As it becomes 6-1. Preston on top. Keisha Knapp will rotate back in. And Richelli again will head back to the bench. Stevenson serving. Good serve outside again. When Whitehead's got this one to keep that one alive. Stevenson will play it back over. She plays it deep. They'll set outside again. Butler blocked again and down. It's Burnett and Knapp this time. They can't get the ball past Celeste Burnett tonight, it seems, as she gets yet another block. It's 7-1. As they try to get it over, nope. That'll be called a double hit. As coming over to try to make the play was Marissa Allen. Her first first time on the floor here tonight. She gets charged with a double hit, and it's 8-1. They'll set it outside again. Again, Butler. This one's dug out, not on the floor. Whitehead got her hands on it, got it back up in the air, but landed over behind the players' bench area where nobody could get to it. Side out here for the Diamondbacks again, and it's 8-2. So here's Sutton to serve now, and that's going to be an ace, as Whitehead not able to return that. So Sutton picks up an ace, make it 8-3. Second set, or third set rather, tonight's match brought to you by Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. And after the ace, she serves it too long, does Sutton for the service error, and it's 9-3, and the serve will come back over to the Indians again. Now for Preston, coming on for the first time is Kaylee Burbank, as she will drop back and serve. Her first time on the floor here tonight, with Preston up 2-0. The back set, as that's kept alive, as Allen could not able to pick up the kill, partially blocked, kept alive again by Century. As outside, Butler gets the point this time. Butler just keeps hacking away and finally got one to go down. And again, coming back out onto the floor for Preston is Chloe Hobson, as she rotates back on. Now here's Butler to serve. Whitehead set it into the net. Nobody could get to it. Longhurst tried, but she couldn't get there, and it's 9-5. So here's Butler's next serve. Again, set by the Indians. They'll bump it over. Free ball here for Century. Nope, back set this time. That's blocked at the net by Preston. Kept alive. Hobson from deep is into the net. Allen was there, but the ball never made it across the net. And it's 9-6. Side out again as the ball comes back over again to Butler, who will continue her serve. Stevenson sets back for Knapp. Keisha goes down the line and in. 10-6. That's 5 kills tonight for Keisha Knapp, and having another great night. Ever since that trip to Idaho Falls at Thunder Ridge, Keisha's been playing much different volleyball, as they're able to get that one around the block and off the and picking up the kill. Avery Lovett makes it 10-7. She got it around the block, and Preston not able to play it back in the back row. So 10-7. Kinley Falter again will serve. Or are we ready? Officials come over to say something to the bench. Now looking at the scorebook here momentarily. Tonight's match brought to you by Naylor Insurance. For home, health, life, and auto through Mutual of Enumclaw. Naylor Insurance, 153 South State Street in Preston. Check that, North State Street in Preston, or just call them at 852-0810, 852-0810. Falter to serve for the Diamondbacks. Good serve played by the Indians. Off the hands of Falter, and the kill again for Windward. 11-7. Preston back on top. Andrew Shelley back in to serve here again. Shelley sets deep of the baseline in the middle. Good serve. It'll be played from the back, off the hands of Hobson all the way upstairs. 11-8. So now coming in to serve will be Emmy Richards again here for the Diamondbacks. Richards serve. Played there by Shelley. They'll set it outside for Windward. And that's going to be a... Was it into the net? Yes, it was. Windward was into the net. So it'll be 11-9. They've cut the lead down to 2. So 11-9, Richards will serve again. Set by the Indians. Longhurst couldn't quite get it over the top of the block. And all of a sudden, it's down to a 1-point lead. 11-10. Preston did lead this set at one point, 8-1. Next serve. Played by the Indians, outside Windward. Was that touched or not? I'm not sure if it was. No, it was not. Windward hit it too long, and we're tied at 11. So 11-11. Richards continues to serve here. And that's out of bounds. They got even and then gave the point right back to the Indians. So 12-11. Drew Despain back on to serve here for Preston again. Preston up 2-0. Despain serve. Dug out. Sutton comes over to get it. Set outside. Levitt. And that was wide of the antenna and out of bounds. So another point for the Indians. It's 13-11. Even though you're standing off the floor, you still have to be able to hit it between the antennas on each side of the top of the net. Century was not able to. Set in the middle. That's partially blocked. They get it back. And again, Tinley Smith, she was blocked the first time, but then it came right back to her, and she's able to pick up the point. Her second kill, 13-12. Preston still leading by a point, and on the side out, the serving again will come back over to Century. And the service error against Levitt. 14-12. Last Friday night in the match at Century, Preston won the first 2 sets fairly easily, much like tonight, and then struggled in set number 3. I say struggled, but Century just played much better. Butler's blocked, and that's going to be down as the Indians able to pick up the point again. Again on the block, Hobson and Stevenson over there on that side. 15-12. Short serve played here by the Diamondbacks. Comes back to Smith again. She's able to tool the block and pick up the point. Coming back onto the floor now, here is Marissa Allen as the libero. Kinley Falter will come back out. First serve played here by the Indians. Hobson. That'll be just a hair long, out of bounds, point for Century. 15-14 again. Back to a 1-point lead again for the Indians. Served by Smith, played by the Indians. Nice play by Hannah Stevenson. Ball hung right over the net. She went up and got it and drove it down. 16-14. Preston back up by 2 again. Second set, tonight's match. Third set of tonight's match, brought to you by Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stevenson serving. Preston leading by 2. Outside set. Butler goes too long. Was a touch? No. 17-14. Preston has a 3-point lead now. And once again, Stevenson will serve. Butler dug out this time by Windward. Comes back up the top. Hobson with the kill. Kill number 9 tonight for Chloe Hobson. Preston goes back up by 4 points at 18-14. And a timeout called again by Century. Preston leading 2-0, leading here in the third by a 18-14 total. Timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well. We'll be right back.
KACH.
The year is 1945. America is at war with Japan. The average home costs $5,000. And a day's worth of hard labor will earn you $9. 1945 is the year West Motor Company said, hey, let's sell cars in Cache Valley and give people a better car buying experience. Today, 75 years later, West Motor is still giving you a better experience. Right now, enjoy 0% financing or save more than ever on a new truck or SUV. See westmotorcompany.com for pictures, details, and discounts on every vehicle.
WestMotorCompany.com. KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Welcome back. Dan Hubbard with you. Preston Jim here tonight. Preston leading 18-14 here in the third. Also leading 2-0. Set in the middle. Smith, or should I say that's Allen rather, my bad. Hits it into the net and Preston goes up 19-14. Stevenson serving again. Dug out. Outside Butler. Preston's got this one. Can they get it back over? Whitehead bumps it back over her head, back over onto the Century side. In the middle, Allen hits it back to Whitehead again. Preston sets deep for Knapp. Levitt comes over to make the play. Now they got to get it back over. Are they able to? Yes, they do. Kept alive here by the Diamondbacks. Set in the middle. Burnett blocked at the net. She gets it back over on the second time, though. Allen goes out of bounds. Allen hit it right back deep. Almost got the back line, but just a hair out of bounds. 20-14. As this one will be handled by Levitt, and they cannot get it back over. Tough break there for Century. Good serve that they were able to play, but it was misplayed over by the bench, and they couldn't control the back of the ball to get it back over. Preston leads 21-14. Outside set, Butler blocked, kept alive. Can they get it back over this time? And they do. Comes back over. Free ball for Preston. Outside set, Hobson. Partially blocked at the net. Century will keep it alive again. As Falter gets it back over. Free ball for the Indians. Back set, Knapp. Off the hands, out of bounds. Point again for the Indians. 22-14. Stevenson yet to serve again here for the Indians. At 22-14. Preston has the ball. Back set again for Knapp. And that'll be off the top of the net and down. So Preston, side out rather for Century. 22-15. 7 points in a row served up by Hannah Stevenson. Nice run there as it comes back over. And Sarah Sutton serving again here for Century. And again, another service error. 23-15. So Preston now 2 points away from the match. Preston 9-13 overall on the year, 3-0 in conference play. Trying to improve on that number. Outside comes to Butler. And she's able to drive that one through the block and down to make it 23-16 on the side out. And Addie Butler now dropping back to serve here for the Diamondbacks. Comes to Whitehead. Played by the Indians. Deep. Hobson partially blocked at the net by Allen, but it falls on the Century side. And now it's match point for the Indians, 24-16. They took them out in straight sets last week, looking to do it again. Set point, Burnett to serve for it, or match point rather, Burnett to serve for it. The serve comes to Levitt, comes to Allen. Preston on their side, Longhurst. Off a couple of hands and down, and for the second time in 6 days, the Preston Indians throw a sweep at the Century Diamondbacks, winning the third set tonight by the final score of 23-16. So Preston wins it 3-0. We'll come back with the post-game show after this.
Tonight's game is brought to you by West Motors, celebrating their 75th year in the Cache Valley. Stokes Market True Value, with the freshest meats and produce, and now preparing and selling sushi. Franklin County Medical Center, with the finest care in all of the Cache Valley. Rounds & Associates Insurance Agency, an independent agency with many options for all of your insurance needs. Preston Auto Parts CarQuest, for all the parts your car may need to keep running strong. Webb Funeral Home, serving Preston and the surrounding communities since 1925. Ralph's Construction, building homes in the Blue Sage Park region in Preston. Naylor Insurance, for home, health, life, and auto, the Mutual of Enumclaw. Preston Pharmacy, now with their own phone app to help make tracking your prescriptions easier. And by Cornerstone Realty. When you're ready to sell your home or purchase the home of your dreams, call Cornerstone Realty. They want to be your agents. Now, stay tuned for the postgame show coming right up.
Having your prescriptions refilled has never been easier. You can refill 24/7, set reminders, save medications, and access your account from the new My Community Pharmacy mobile app offered by Preston Drug. It's simple to use and it's simple to get. Log on to PrestonDrug.com and enter your mobile number. We'll send you the app. It's as simple as that. There are some things in life that have been made easier through technology. This is one of them. The app offered by Preston Drug is a quick and easy way to refill medications and promote a healthy lifestyle. Visit PrestonDrug.com.
Hi, I'm Ashley with LSS Insurance, a Select Health appointed Medicare Advantage agent. I'm excited to tell you about a great Medicare Advantage plan available to you in Franklin County. This Select Health Advantage plan includes a 0 monthly premium, prescription coverage, preventive dental, vision, and more. Select Health is a local company helping people live the healthiest lives possible. Come hear more at the Preston Golf and Country Club, October 21st at 6 p.m. Call LSS Insurance 435-752-94.
The Preston Indians return home to play their final 2 home games of the year, and it starts Friday night as the Pocatello Indians come to town. Pokey is 5-1 this year and come into this game after having last week's game postponed. The battle-hardened Preston Indians continue through the toughest part of their schedule as they get ready for another Southeast Idaho Conference matchup with the Pocatello Indians. Catch the action starting at 6:30 on Friday night with the pregame show on FM 105.5 and AM 1340 KACH and the video feed on mylocalradio.com.
If you think buying a car is hard, stressful, and it takes a long time, you haven't shopped at West Motor in Preston and Logan. We've got a large selection of quality new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Ford vehicles to choose from. Because we offer great pricing and the buying process is simple, we also have a large inventory of used vehicles to choose from. Buy your next vehicle from a dealership that has provided customers a stress-free, quick, and reliable buying process for decades. West Motor in Preston and Logan. Stop in today or visit us online at westmotorcompany.com.
West Motor Company.
Across the FM airwaves, we're heard at 105.5. On the far-reaching AM dial, we're at 1340. And on the internet at mylocalradio.com. Wherever you find us, we are KACH, Preston, Smithfield.
This is the Preston Indians postgame show. Coming up, we'll recap tonight's game, take a look at the final stats, and a look at other games from around the area on the Ron Keller Tires scoreboard.
And welcome back here to Preston tonight as the Indians able to win it in straight sets this evening. As our look back, or our wrap tonight is brought to you by Ralph's Construction, building homes in the Blue Sage Park area here in Preston. For information on how you can have a new home built for you and your needs and desires, call Ralph's Construction at 435-232-1837. 435-232-1837 for Ralph's Construction. So Preston able to win the first set 25-9, come back, get the second set 25-14, and then sweep out Century for the second time in a week as they win the third set tonight 25-16. And as you might expect on senior night, it was some of the seniors really leading the way tonight here for the Indians. Hannah Stevenson, Celeste Burnett were like a wall at the net as they kept Andy Butler from getting balls over the net. It seemed like almost all night as they had 10 blocks between them. and a total of 8 kills between them as well. Also a fine night of hitting for Haley Windward tonight with a eye-header with a total of 5 kills on my score sheet. But Chloe Hobson, the sophomore, leading the way with 9 kills tonight for the Preston Indians in the straight set win over the Century Diamondbacks here this evening on senior night. Tonight's match brought to you in part by Rounds & Associates Insurance Agency, offering many options for all of your insurance coverage. 85 South State Street in Preston is the place to go. Drop in and get your competitive quote today or call 852-2500. We'll come back and wrap up tonight's broadcast and tell you what's next for the Indians when we come back right after this.
KACA.
The year is 1945. America is at war with Japan. The average home costs $5,000. And a day's worth of hard labor will earn you $9. 1945 is the year West Motor Company said, hey, let's sell cars in Cache Valley and give people a better car buying experience. Today, 75 years later, West Motor is still giving you a better experience. Right now, enjoy 0% financing or save more than ever on a new truck or SUV. See westmotorcompany.com for pictures, details, and discounts on every vehicle.
WestMotorCompany.com.
Sushi. A word that is as fun to say as the food is to eat. Try it. Say sushi. Now run down to Stokes Market and pick up some fresh-made sushi. Yes, I said Stokes Market. They now have the family fresh sushi specialists making outstanding sushi platters and party trays fresh every day. They even make up custom platters so you can get your favorite sushi dishes. Any kind of fish upon request, even vegetable sushi available with no meat. Enjoy the fresh-made platters already available or order the kind of sushi you want. Give them 2 hours and a special custom sushi platter will be waiting for you at Stokes Market in Preston. Go ahead, say it. I know you want to. Sushi, fresh for you right now.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
Well, a dominant performance tonight for the Indians with a straight set win over the Century Diamondbacks, and by doing so, they improved their overall record on the year now. They're 10-13, 4-0 in conference play. And because they win the conference outright, they get to host the conference tournament next week when they'll play here at Preston Gym. So it'll once we figure out exactly the times of what times Preston will play, we'll have them for you. But we will have all the Preston matches here on KACH and on mylocalradio.com with a video feed coming up at the tournament next week. We do know it'll be Tuesday and Thursday. And again, once we know all the times and all the other details, we will pass those along for you as a possibility that Preston will play multiple matches on each of those days as well. But we will have them for you nonetheless here on KACH. So be listening during the morning show. We'll have the details for you as soon as we know them. And, of course, we'll be back here on Tuesday for the first round opening night of the conference tournament. We'll remind you, Preston football tomorrow night, as they'll play host to the Pocatello Indians here at home. We'll be on the air with the pregame show at 6:30, kickoff at 7. You can hear that game live on mylocalradio.com and with the video feed as well. And then a tape delay broadcast tomorrow night following the West Side game, as they will be home against Aberdeen tomorrow night. Kickoff in that game tomorrow night is also at 7 o'clock. So that'll wrap it up at here from Preston as the Indians sweep out the Century Diamondbacks 3-0. The executive producer of KACH Sports is Val Cook. Our studio producer tonight has been John Beverly. Until next time, I'm Dan Hubbard. Thanks you for watching, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow night for the football game here from Preston. And congratulations to the seniors and the Lady Indians as they pick up a straight sets win tonight over Century. Thanks for watching, everybody. Until next time, have a very pleasant good night.
Thank you for listening to the Preston Indians postgame show. This broadcast has been a production of Preston Broadcasting, LLC, and was intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Use of any portion of this production, its accounts or descriptions, in whole or in part, may not be used or rebroadcast without the express written permission of Preston Broadcasting, LLC.